So Crosscraft is finally out, so I have been playing it a little bit, and this is the first sort of deck that I've been messing around with. It's kind of a monstrosity. Basically what this is it's like BR Shadow, but instead of reanimating Septic Shrink over and over again, you're just summoning Weiss. So since this is an original deck, I should probably talk a bit more about card choices here. Seeker of Love is it's a one cost you can play in the early game, and it generates another follower, so it functions sort of like the angelic babysitter, so that's why it's here. It can also be useful in the late game since you reach rally 10 pretty fast. You can use it for storms to finish games, or you can use it for wards to put your Weiss behind. Just one copy of Mikhail here, the rest are all pretty standard cards here. Running Opulent here just because Opulent's a very good card, of course. This deck is very evil point hungry, so Opulent's just there for that. You can also do weird things where you bury the Opulent and then reanimate it if you don't have Weiss buried, but that's more of a niche interaction than anything. Then of course the star of the show is Weiss. He's the only 4-cost we run. His job is to be summoned out by Ceridwen's amulet, which will reanimate 4. And then by summoning Weiss out of the amulet, you can spend your PP doing other things like burying cards or summoning wards, which will make Weiss more durable. Then of course there's Lovelorn Necromancer. The reason why we're playing Lovelorn and not Mirrorwell is because, well, Lovelorn doesn't need to be evolved. And generally the main play with Lovelorn is to play on turn 6, and then with Memento's effect you can just summon Weiss, evolve the Weiss, and then Lovelorn is buried 3 barrel right, so you're probably gonna reach 5 of that, which will summon the Remnant, which is a solid turn 6 play. Otherwise, if you already have a Ceridwen's amulet on board, you can summon Lovelorn, pop the amulet to summon Weiss, and then you can have 4 PP to do other things like summon more wards, use Opulent, or whatever you want. Radial, one copy of Radial here is just for insurance, really. You can take it out if you want. Galder is just super strong. This is a more control-y deck, so of course we're gonna run Galder. He's actually mainly how you win games. You just put Galder on board, opponent can't clear it, and then you just use his stuff to kill your opponent next turn. And then of course the major card the entire deck is basically built around is Ceridwen. This deck utilizes both of her effects. Most of the time you're using her to Crystallise to reanimate Weiss, of course, but the deck is designed so that your Fanfare will summon you your Galder, which is like just a bigger Galder basically. It's Galder with 1 extra ward, which can usually make a lot of difference depending on your opponent's playing. It can also summon Radial, so you should be careful about bearing Radial, and the reason why you should be careful is because you get Radial's Fanfare effect. If you summon Radial off Ceridwen, he can still get his 3 times per turn attack, but his second Fanfare only works if you've evolved at least 7 times, because targeted Fanfares don't work with Ceridwen, so yeah, just keep that in mind. So yeah, that's basically what this list is. It's like, okay, it's not super strong or anything, but it's pretty funny to mess with people, so let's look at some games. So the first match is against the Sword Ghost Hybrid, I believe this is, and we're going second, so we are Ghost Sword and they are Sword Ghost. Sword and Ghost of course have a lot of synergy with Rally together, which is why you see them together a lot. The Sword Ghost thing is one of the trial decks you can use for this event, so I'm assuming that a lot of people are playing it. This one is definitely much easier to handle compared to the Ghost deck, because the Ghost one has Banishment, which is like really hard for us to deal with. So for the Mulligan, we just look for Ceridwen and Memento, that's it. I guess you have both, you can look for Weiss or something, but mainly Ceridwen and Memento are the cards you want, and then after that it's just a regular standard BR early game. You just like avoid burying too much, just try to draw through your deck, find your good cards. But since there's a lot of aggressive decks going around right now, which maybe makes it a bit awkward to be playing this weird control deck with a weaker early game, but oh well, it's the deck that I chose to start with, so it's the deck that I'm playing. So of course we will want to get Memento's effect in play, and then just with Ceridwen's Amulet you gotta always make sure you don't like overly crystallize her and fill up your board, just because you need board space, especially for Lovelorn. So if we look at where Barrel right for now, we're set up for a Weiss next turn with this Ceridwen Amulet here. And then if they clear that, then turn 6 we can play Lovelorn to pop this amulet. So that's basically what the game plan is right now. My opponent has made it to rally 10, so most likely they're gonna be able to clear the next turn's board just off of Monica and what's it called? Mikhail, yes. But that's fine, we are prepared for it. And as you can see, we take a lot of damage early game, but we're sort of prepared for that. We don't heal that much, but we have a lot of disruption effects later on, so we have that going for us. And here I'm just trying to draw through my deck to find better stuff like Galder. Galder basically is your late game, so yeah. And then here we will evolve that, and then we can invoke the Remnant. The Remnant, timing your Remnant invoke is very important as well for this deck, because if you summon out Weiss, evolve it, but you don't have any wards to block it, it can be fairly easily cleared. So here we see they are able to clear the Weiss, but it's fine because we have a second one ready to go. So take Agile Twin Blade to the face here, but fortunately we should be fine unless they hit us with the Hellflame Strike, but I don't think they run it since they're playing a more very sword heavy rally oriented deck. So the goal is just to put up wards here and then get Weiss evolved, and that should hopefully be able to win us the game. I don't think they can clear this, right? I mean, they have 3 cards in hand and they have no fanfares. A lot of swords removal is reliant on fanfares. Maybe they pull out Ghostly Banishment or something out of nowhere. We are out of the Remnants here, but luckily for us, Leeds is a 3-4 ward, which makes her able to block Mikhail. So there's the Mikhail, but we are prepared to block it. And my opponent couldn't handle it, so they conceded. So that's it for this game. Let's move on to the next one. So our next match, we're going first against the Forest Portal combo. Forest Portal seems to be a very popular archetype right now with it's the deck that abuses Lyle's puppet to just smack you in the face over and over again for a lot of early damage. It's pretty nasty to deal with. You can see here I refrained from playing Ceridwen's Amulet here, and that's because I wanted to use it to answer their board instead. And it's not really a rush to play Ceridwen early, because if you play it too early, your Weiss comes out too early anyway, and then you can't protect your Weiss, and it defeats the point. So they have Weiss already. I mean, they have Lyle's already, which is not ideal for us, but well, we just have to try, right? When it comes to burying your Weiss, I should mention, you don't always just bury immediately, just because sometimes you might be playing against a deck that Weiss is especially effective against, that you might be able to just play Weiss normally and evolve it, and that's sometimes just enough to deal with your opponent. Not always, of course. So you can see my opponent's already having a lot of fun with their combo here, just bouncing the puppet over and over again while punching me in the face. We don't do super well against these kinds of aggressive decks. So because we take a while to get our game started, this deck really starts working on like turn 6, so it's a bit slow for this format, honestly. But I mean, it's just for fun, you know. I mean, we're trying to have fun here. We're not trying to win too high. I mean, if you want to win really high, you can just play the deck they are playing, the Lyle combo deck. So you can see we are already on 6 health. Honestly, there's like a decent chance we just die next turn. We just have to hope we don't here. So I'm just trying to draw through my decks. You can see our hand's not very good either. The Necromancer, Sweet Soul Necromancer is very nice here just to draw. As you can see, we are in an awkward spot because we do not have the board space to play Lovelorn Necromancer next turn. So we have to hope that we draw something good. Assuming we're not dead. Okay, so we live this turn. You can see the left our board relatively locked, so we can't actually play Lovelorn here. But so I just have to play wise and pray, right? There's no other real play for me here. So luckily for me, they're running out of gas here, so they are clearing the wise. And they have another Lyle here, so they have 2 puppets in hand right now. Just remember what's in their hand. They have 2 puppets and 2 of life spells, I believe. Is what they have in hand right now. And then here, well, there's no board space to play Ceridwen here, so I went for a Galder instead. And then hopefully they just can't clear this. Once we get to turn 7 onwards when we can play Galder, we are pretty favored against this deck in particular. Which is good for us! So this Rose Deer, I forgot this card existed, you hardly ever see it. So here we see them use one Marionette, which is great for us. Here I just make a small mistake in my order. You have to play Ceridwen first before trading. But as you can see, Ceridwen here able to summon out Galder and activate the Fanfare again for another stack of damage shield. And here comes another Life Marionette. So they've spent all their Marionettes already, which is very good for us because that's a lot. That's a huge hit to their damage output, and they couldn't handle it, so they conceded. Yeah, next game. So this time we are going second, and it's gonna be against the Shadow Sword combo. Usually this combo signifies a Ghost deck, so you should probably go in expecting to play against Ghost, which we are quite poorly matched against. Because their main cards Masquerade and Banishment both get around our Wise gimmick. But here we just play the Ceridwen and get Wise buried. The reason why I play Ceridwen here is because and then here comes the Necromancer and the PC Galder. So this is actually, for some reason, it's actually just a mirror match. And the reason why I played Ceridwen early is because I didn't see an opportunity to play later on based on my hand. So for the mirror match, we just have to get Wise out and we win, because this deck doesn't have a way to do Wise, ironically. So we bury not too much, just enough to so with this hand, we are just aiming to get Wise out on turn 5. We're gonna evolve Memento on turn 4, and then turn 5 we will get Wise out, and hopefully they'll be unable to clear it, and that's how we win the game for this one. So here's Memento, and then we just don't bury too much, just bury once, I believe, just to draw more. Try to find Lovelorn Necromancer. And then we just trade and pass. Pretty standard stuff going on here. So now we are positioned to, we are at 3 barrel, right? So we are positioned to bury twice next turn to get both leads evolved and also invoke the reviled remnant from our deck to put Wise behind 2 wards, and that should win us the game hopefully. So I'm just gonna play the Ceridwen here. Since my current Ceridwen Amulet is about to leave, I can feel free to get another one out in play here. And that'll summon up my Wise, and then here I just went for the Remnant. Just no reason to play leads here, I don't think. So Remnant here is fine. And then they can't handle this cause they need Fanfare, so yeah, that's it for this game. One more game for you. So the last game for today, once again we are going first, and it's against Forest and Porlogan, just because there's so much of this deck going around. So I thought I should show more of this matchup. generally, actually I've only encountered like this deck 3 times, I've won twice, so technically positive win rate, though I think normally this deck is generally losing against the Lyle Puppet combo deck just because it's such a strong deck. And I didn't play the Sweet Soul here just because I want to play with Spectral Storm next turn. Spectral Storm can get to become a brick if you don't get it out of your hand, so you should aim to play when you can. So here's the Sweet Soul, bury it, and then you can play a Spectral Storm here. Unfortunately no Lakandula, because, well, he rotated out, so Lakandula would have been very, very nice here, but unfortunately. So we haven't seen Lyle yet, which is very good for us already, and they're also trading, which is another thing that's very good for us. So I'm just gonna be defensive here, play Seeker of Love and grab Romeo. No reason to go too hard on Burial right here. So there's the Lyle. So now we can start worrying about the puppet. And they used it to trade, which is interesting. And then they see my face, so they're saving the evil point here. I'm actually not sure why they're playing an aggressive deck. I feel like they should probably have evil there, but oh well. So I'm just trying to find Memento here, and we actually find Memento, which means that I was going to evolve the Misguided Maiden and use that to clear, but instead we are using Memento here just because Memento's attack is so powerful. We do take a bit of damage here, unfortunately, because we leave part of their board uncleared, but hopefully the Memento should be worth it. As you can see, they are popping. Here they review the Budding Initiate, which is interesting. This makes me think that they probably are playing a Magachio package as well, so from this point onward I should start worrying about Magachio. It's at this point that I went to check their cards played. So you can see the number of times they play at least 4 cards is 2, so Magachio is not coming next turn. So we're not worried about that quite yet. So this time I opt to play Leflore and try to find Weiss. And there's the Weiss, so I can get it in play. And so this is the pretty standard turn, right? You just play Leflore, evolve Weiss, and then you invoke the Remnant. So hopefully this is hard for them to clear. They played the Budding Initiate here just to, you know, get their what's it called, active. The gate with the gnarled hands. Unfortunately they hit Weiss here, which, I mean, it's a 1 in 3 chance for me to actually not be, for my bot to actually survive this, because if it hits the Remnant or Weiss, they can clear it with Lyle, right? So it's fine. So now they've played 4 cards this turn as well, so we need to start worrying about Magachio, which is why I played the Golda here. Just to avoid dying to Magachio. Just hit them in the face and hopefully they can't answer this board. So there's their 3rd copy of Lyle. And their Marionettes comes down too. They use it to for some reason they didn't use it to clear the Golder, I'm not sure why. Oh my god, that's really loud, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, okay, they're doing it this way, then this will clear the Golder, right? And then Mikhail's gone. But, and see we have Opulent in hand, so we can just use the what's it called? The Dual Blade Flurry, where I can't, you know what I'm talking about, you know the spell, the one that lets you hit twice, so yeah, we can just finish the game with that. So the Ghost here actually coming in handy to clear the ward. And then the Dual Blade Flurry will finish the game. Here for some reason I thought that they had Lily in play, so I thought that I wouldn't have lethal here, which is why I played the leads, but this is just lethal, which I eventually also realized here. So yeah, that's it for this game, and that's the last game for today. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's my first Crosscraft video ever, I think, because when there was the previous Crosscraft, I wasn't making anything yet. So anyway, yeah, that was it for Crosscraft first deck. The one that you just summon Weiss and ruin people's lives. It's like very mid, it's not that good. I had like a 6 win streak with it or something. Like I won surprisingly. I think my win rate is like above 50 with this deck right now, but I wouldn't really rely on it. It's like a fun little deck you can try. I guess it's not super strong or anything. There's definitely much stronger things you could be doing out there. But this was just the first deck that I wanted to try. Well, the first deck I wanted to try was Enhanced Loop, but that didn't work out. So this is the first deck that I felt I was happy enough with that I wanted to show it off. So yeah, this is my terrible life ruining Weiss deck. I hope you enjoyed it. I will try to make more stuff for Crosscraft. You can tell I'm still a bit sick. I mean, you can hear the coughing. I don't know why it's taking so long to heal, but it is, so that's what we're doing with now. So I'm not sure if I can stream again, but I will keep making videos at least, and hopefully can make more stuff for Crosscraft since it's a pretty fun format. So far nothing too game breaking yet, even though the Lyle puppet thing comes close. But anyway, I'm rambling too much. Yeah, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Yeah, bye bye.